here for this great matchup, the matchup between Mercyhurst and against the Clarion Golden Eagles. Brian, what are some things you can tell me about both of these teams here?
One thing I can tell you about Clarion is they're going to put shots up. They're going to play team basketball. I think that the key for Clarion is really spreading the ball. You know, every game they have different scores. You never know who's going to pop out, who's going to put up the shots for you. So I think the key for them is staying consistent and just getting everybody involved. And I can tell you about Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst is coming in at 9-4. They're a really good team. They play outstanding offense. They get on the boards fast. I'm just excited to see this matchup here today.
I'm definitely excited as well, man. Mercyhurst Lakers, as you said earlier, they're 9-4, and they're coming up with some firepower. But one key fact that we know about this game is that both teams, they average around the same amount of points when it comes to total points over the game and so on and so forth. So this is going to be a tight matchup between the two teams.
Definitely.
So for Clarion, the key players that we're going to have to take a look at are the three main scorers, the three main people that's contributing on the offensive end: Kiki Messiah, Neely Whitehead, and Abby Gatesman. You don't want to forget about Devin Adams neither. But if we want to touch base on all three of these players, Kiki Messiah, she's one of those, I guess, get a bucket and stop kind of players. You know, kind of the people who drive in and force you to play good defense. Because without the good defense, tight defense on Kiki, you'll know that she's gonna get that bucket for you.
Indeed. And I think, and for Mercyhurst, they have an outstanding player in Jade Boyd, the 5'9" sophomore. She's leading the team right now with 12 points per game, along with 6.5 rebounds, which I think is outstanding for a guard to average 6.5 rebounds. So that shows you she has that fight, and she can get down in the paint and get those boards. They also have Megan. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong to her family out there. Kamaderic. Right now, she's averaging around 11 points, and then Julia Bookman, who's averaging 9. So I think this Mercyhurst team, they have a mix of juniors, seniors, and sophomores and freshmen, which is a big key for them and their success being 9-4 because they have depth in the roster, and they have enough upperclassmen to lead the way for the lowerclassmen, and I think they feed off each other in that aspect.
You're absolutely right about that one. The great combination between all classes, senior, junior, freshmen, sophomores, it just adds a level of experience and also allows freshmen to learn off of the older people or the older players so they can kind of replicate what they can bring to the game. You know, for the Clarion Golden Eagles, you have Devin Adams, who's one of the main players that I really want to look at towards this game. Her last home game, she had a outstanding performance down low. I believe she scored 18 points, and she just was a force down low. No one could stop her. So I hope that she can come into this game with the same intent, same mentality to be able to bring everyone together, score some points on the offensive end down low, and open some people up from the arc.
And I think for like a low-key player that not a lot of people talk about is Emily Brown. Last week against the Bryan and Stratton College Bobcats, she had 13 points, and Emily, she typically comes off the bench, so I'm excited to see how she does. And also with Emily Hedges and Abby Gatesman, they both chipped in with 11 points, and Devin Adams, she had 10 points. So I think the key is also getting the ball to 6'3" Devin Adams, so just let her go to work. You can draw the fouls, get the buckets, but you got to let her go to work with that 6'3" frame.
You're absolutely right. Getting to work. And we've been seeing Devin Adams, how she plays. Everyone else, as you mentioned earlier, Emily Brown, she's another great player that comes off the bench. Another player that comes off the bench that really contributes on the offensive end is Brooks. Olivia Brooks is one of those key players that can shoot from outside the arc, and she's a feisty player on the defensive end. She's able to draw fouls. She's able to get in between passing lanes, get steals, and so on and so forth. Like she's that complete player that they need coming off that bench, that spark that they need whenever something is not going their way. So we're definitely going to look towards Olivia Brooks to really come in and really contribute on both ends of the ball.
Definitely, and she had 9 points and a team high 5 rebounds last week, so definitely excited for that. I think Another key for this game is Clarion rebounding, getting on the boards, and just outscoring them. I think this Mercyhurst team, I think they play fast, but I think Clarion can keep up with them.
As I mentioned earlier, they do score on the same amount of points. So
Yep,
if they play fast, I'm pretty sure the Golden Eagles can definitely play as fast or maybe even faster to step up in this game.
And to give the folks at home a view of what we're talking about, Mercyhurst has been shooting 31% from deep this season compared to Clarion's 29%. Mercyhurst averages about 41 rebounds a game, and Clarion averages 39. Although these two teams have completely different records, we have Clarion right only here with 2 wins and Mercyhurst with 9. They still in that same tight knit, so I think this is going to be a close game.
Well, one factor to the Golden Eagles having a 2-6 record is mainly because of the matchup, the opponents that they face throughout their schedule. They've faced a lot of ranked teams throughout their schedule, and it does chime in. A couple of their losses are really close possession losses. So if just a couple things just went right for these Golden Eagles could have been right next to these Mercyhurst Lakers and how they play when it comes to their record.
I agree.
But we are going to take a break here. We're going to let everything play out, let everything, come together. And we'll be right back after the national anthem with your starting 5 for both teams. You're watching the Golden Eagle Vision on the PSAC Network. We'll be right back.